lazy and evil. For years I've watched y'all allow Donald Trump turn you to crazy people. Where's that freedom eagle when you must need them? You bugging like beetles and lining up gleeful sticking needles in. 2020 was the year that y'all were losing it. Watching smart people I respect turn into lunatics. The rational became irrational. The avenue we travel through will have a few kickbacks will hassle you. Y'all fools so short-sighted, of course you write it. Shut it down, print money, you should be indicted. What you are doing is criminal, and been a fool. The end of you is gonna be the end of you, and your institute is crooked. Fools claiming I hate the police. Too stupid to understand that they are what they eat. Control freaks that'll use their own homies to seek power, and then put them on the wall in a week. This industry is full of followers that holler when it's time to make a dollar, and positions that they wallow in are shallow, and they don't understand half the crap that they are swallowing. Regurgitating all of it and acting like a scholar. Wait, this about all the contradiction that I can take. I'd rather you get it now, but truth is you kinda late. Your silliness is limitless, and it would benefit your tendencies if you could just focus a little bit in the roller coaster of emotion that you're going through. Control the pool, I notice you letting it rolling over you. Logic ain't in the conversation, ain't in the realm or reality. Basic as an Applebee's, y'all chattel, see that poly pundit, that'll be the sheepdog. You know your teeth soft because you weak sauce. Teach y'all the basics of each fault. I be raw, rough around the edges like a tree saw. Got a lot of options, cause the optics always popping, and I'm dropping what I'm gonna do, adopting what I wanna do. Liberation, so every fake kid in 8 men that's pacing, cause I don't have to abide by the ways. I'm just saying, I'm feeling like a million Bitcoin. A lot of adventures I'm into, now I'm getting it going. Hit 30 and it's just getting worth it, cause I'm just getting started. Not perfect, loving all of it, it's awesomeness. Yeah, because I'm all that and then some. Rhymes taking over like carnage and venom. Shove that whack crap back where y'all boys had sent them. Keeping y'all sour like the warheads and lemons. Back to the point. Y'all went ape over something with a 99% survival rate. Got the jab and still got a diaper on your face, and that can getting kicked down the road by the state. Rap circle. I'm better than you. Period. Not at all concerned what it hit for, cause I've still come to raise hell like Mephisto. Please don't front, cause I'll karate chop your lymph node. Noodle arm punk, you punch and end up with your wrist broke. Don't need a 4-heater, but you come 4 feet approach me. I'm summoning focus of Gogeta. Slight work, so imagine me chilling when folks meet up, cause my purpose to have me relaxing with both feet up. Get the cream, precious metals or the crypto things. Your bars are light like the one that's on a Smith machine, but my Maxwell and I ain't speaking about the pretty wings. Watch a potty mouth or clean it out with the Listerine. I got a list that mean eclipsing me is not an instant thing. You about as generic as antihistamines. Listening is not your strong suit, that's why you fiddling. Focus on the wrong stuff, your bluff is getting bucked. What you are witnessing is greatness. Outpacing these cats that I'm racing are not cheaters. They house cats are straying outdated. Rhymes got as much meat as about a raisin, just face it. While I'm steady on the track, you with your bags at the station. What I'm rated? S-class minimum. You sad synonym, cause I'll bag 10 of them. And you brag at dinner, but your impact is minimal. I toe tag in intervals with no lag, precision that critical. You imbecile. I'm at the tall figures. I don't even wanna be involved with you the way I am, because I want it all quicker. And I ain't stopping till the family all richer. Not gonna lie, yeah, I'm at the tall figures. I don't even wanna be involved with you the way I am, because I want it all. I'm not convinced it ain't no acting or accident what the track emits. You strapped with gas that you ain't even practiced with. The fact is, you couldn't hit the target the size of a tractor. Kid, relax and retract it, cause all that rapping biz is blind sight. And that explains what your mind like, refraining from looking down your iron sight. Some training will get your line right using that 9 tight. Straining your spine, think it's okay, but rewind, cause your shooting stance is trash. Probably cause you didn't have a father, so your partner slid you a Sig Sawyer. Now a lawyer is trying to keep you from getting life, finding who is loyal, cause you hit an innocent boy. So boy, you in hell covered in soil. Y'all need to think more with your mouth closed. You the resort of a man not in the household. That's why you so violent and you seeking out foes. Nobody taught you how to be a man. Lash it out though, because because you actually hating yourself. It's a way to get help and not decay in a cell. I used to wait in that hell until I made it myself, and now I'm slaying my L's and how I'm taking what's left. Got the blueprint, studying my movement more than the 2 cents. Was losing, now I'm oozing with success. Now I got the tools to beat the stress. I lose cause I'm a step ahead of you with no contest. I'm a better rapper, plus I'm smarter than you. You a mess. Not gonna lie, I'm at the tall figures. I don't even wanna be involved with you the way I am because I want it all quicker. And I ain't stopping till the family all richer. Not gonna lie, yeah, I'm at the tall figures. I don't even wanna be involved with you the way I am because I want it all quicker. And I ain't stopping till the family all richer. I know that we don't talk too much, but I really hope you get this message, cuz, and I ain't gonna go out my way to bash you and preach at you, cuz that's not proactive. I just had to write a track dedicated to you, and that's so. If you stumble across some of these words, I'll at the very least know that you voluntarily heard what I had to say. So as I lay in this pad awake, I'm trying to gather my thoughts so I don't squander this track away. It's hard to mention that your father's in prison now. That really messed me up how I'm anarchistic, yet my closest kinfolk is the popo, an agent of the same state I'm rallying against. It's gotta be a joke, but if he paid for any crimes he committed as police, I would have accepted that, but that just ain't what happened totally. He's behind bars because 2 young knuckleheads stole from him and tried to get away without the luck ahead. He chased them and ran their car off the road, then started busting. And one of the little dudes got killed, and that's a bit unfortunate, but had they not been trying to jack in the first place, he wouldn't be buried underneath the dirt. Hey, y'all know that theft is one of a few pet peeves of mine. And you can say that he overreacted, but that's a product of what's a feeble mind. You don't get to fall back on that when you can see the line and crossed it. So get up out my face with all those grieving lines. I keep getting riled up, one thing after another, and it seems that it piles up. I can only imagine what you going through, Junior. I can only assume, but that ain't quite the point of this tune. Please understand that you a man at 20, these your golden years. Don't waste them hanging your head bumming, cause you know that Ken wouldn't want it if your life just plummets, it'll punish him. The greatest gift that you can give is be the man he know you can. Strive for greatness, gain some knowledge, learn a trade, and whatever you do, talent, don't waste it. The application is key. I heard you in the music too, but pursue another career, cause ain't no telling what this game will do to you. Get multiple revenue streams, and as you rise, you gon' see them friends start dwindling down. I dealt with it all the time, but in the back of your mind, you gotta remind yourself, friends decline with wealth. I'm just constantly thinking, you and I about the same age apart as me and your father is. Kinda weird. I followed him around Meemaw's crib, and you did the same with me for more than 3 long years. But I still feel I came up short in terms of impact, and I can see that that's on me. So if you ever need anything, hit me up, let me know. If you got problems you need a remedy for. My life is good, I write was good, I might get to it, not out the woods, so bro, I got to do it, be a monster, that's why my mantra's being onslaught, from the Lone Star to my lungs part, tonsils spit dumb art, so I'm going forward to the song chart, back in media, threat to academia, slacking you defeated, brother, track I hack and eat it up, I'm heating up, hot as my mama's stove on a Sunday, except I'm putting rappers on my lunch tray, feng shui, say I need it all up front, one lump pay you front so you catch the brunt of it, maybe one day you'll get it, said it, I'm in it, many idiots I've offended, lyrically acidic, you know you love me, admit it, you really lucky you timid, otherwise I'd have to bring you down to earth too, I know this verse hurts you, I tell you what, I give you advice, I'm feeling nice, your vices could influence your writing if you weren't biting, y'all trying to be people that you not, so your verses ain't squat, and the person you pretend to be is right, if you spend time clearing your mental spaces, the many ways you string up a bar can really blaze, but you faking it, the confidence you have don't exist, so you grab another skin, so you last and that's the end, just so happens I'm a friend. I know rapping ain't like my main genre, but just imagine if y'all were yourselves instead of trying to be everybody else.
Hello and welcome to the Xcast or Xcast. Yeah. This one's gonna be a short one. I'm with the classic man.
Shut the
Nero.
fuck up. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fucking call me. You
It's okay.
probably call me. Everyone can fucking call me.
Okay.
And now I kind of understand that reference from The Simpsons when they were asking Grandpa if he was a communist. That's
Mm.
something they actually did with Charlie Chaplin and a lot of artists back in the day because, now I understand why they feared communists so much. My
Yeah.
fucking god.
Well, it's okay.
I fear it more than the thing like hiding under my bed.
Mm. It's part of the game, I guess.
It shouldn't. I can deal with the thing hiding in my closet and the forest demon, but I can't deal with fucking communism.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, it's not that easy and stuff. Like, it's like waking up in the morning. There's someone who wake up each morning thinking that he's a communist while making a lot of money. Like, I was listening to
Yeah,
a lot of drama this week because there is a lot
there's
of
always
drama.
drama this week.
Yeah, but more in the video game world, like, the drama about, what's his name? I forget the name of the creator. The one that changed, I forgot the name. I just forgot the name. Um, used, for what I heard, it used to be a good one, and now is a little bit trash as a creator.
It always starts like that. I always get, I had that happen like 3 times recently.
Mm.
Guys I watch for years, they're pretty good, and then as soon as they, it's one thing to have an opinion and start sharing it because okay, right now there's a lot of stuff going and I can't hide my opinion anymore. But it's one thing where you give your opinion while being unsolicited. It's like okay, well nobody asked and it wasn't the time to talk about that.
Yeah, but if
That's
they
tough.
have to always find a way to put it in, like, uh, without without lube, because that's the way.
For example, no, well I should start with the positive. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this briefly, but then go to a positive thing. I this week I played uh, Wolong Dynasty, and the first thing that happened in that game, I created my character, and it was asking like what pronouns do I use,
Damn, do
and
you want to start it like that? Like now? With
no, I was actually going to talk about Link's Awakening.
okay,
So I
like
finished Link's Awakening. So this is a too late. Who gives a shit? I know. Yeah, I know. It's been a while. So too late. Who gives a shit about Link's Awakening? So the game, it's a pretty decent remake. It's one of those remakes where okay, you actually remade the game as it should have been, but you just put better graphics and quality of life features. It's a pretty good game. It's been a while since I bought a game and then finished it. You know, pretty not too long after buying it, like within the same month, because you know, the
Hi-Fi
graphics.
Rush.
Oh, it's up. I got sidetracked, but Hi-Fi Rush, I'm like
You're
near
always
the
getting
end of it.
sidetracked.
But Sci-Fi Rush, Sci-Fi Rush, Sci-Fi Rush, I'm at the like very end of it,
Sci-Fi Rush,
and I played a lot. But there's a lot of games nowadays where I play for like an hour or two, and then oh no, I'm fucking done because it's this bullshit open world Ubisoft fucking nonsense, and I'm just tired of that. Climb the tower, do this, do that, and it gets tiring really fast. But games like Hi-Fi Rush and Link's Awakening, you're playing it and you're like, oh, this is just fun. I'm gonna quote Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation. They have a really cool feature in Hi-Fi Rush. It's called an ending. The game, the game has a start, and then it eventually ends, and there's no DLC or microtransaction. That's such a novel fucking concept, and Link's Awakening is the same thing where Jesus fucking Christ, I had fun. It was a pretty tight experience. They actually, they remade the graphics in a way that didn't please everyone, but you could tell it was a voluntary art style, and I like it.
Hmm.
And they give you better music, and it's really good. My only issue is that sometimes the Game Boy design kind of seeps through. Um, so basically, there are parts where you kind of understand why modern Zelda games work the way they work. It's because they don't want you, obviously, but you really have to, stumble through that. Link's Awakening is like a not as bad version of what's it called? Metroid 2 on the Game Boy, where stuff happens.
Hmm.
The stuff happens, and then you're like, okay, but where do I go? And then you gain items, but you have absolutely no idea, where you should use them or where you should go. You don't have any clues. In modern Zelda games, you reach a part and you obviously realize that, oh, that thing that I saw earlier, I can obviously use that item now. But that doesn't happen in, Link's Awakening. So I got stuck at least in two or three parts where, for example, I had to use a song, but the song that I got was, for all intents and purposes, completely fucking optional, and you just stumble upon it. And then I reached a point where I was stuck, and I was like, thank God I got all these optional things, because if I didn't get them, then I'd be, really stuck. So I had to find a key for the second to last dungeon, and I had to go over a gap. To go over the gap, you need to get a chicken. So naturally, I think, well, I'm gonna go to the chicken coop and talk to the guy, and then maybe find an item nearby, because usually when I was stuck, there was something nearby. Use the item, and then make the chicken fight. But no, you have to go to the beginning of the starting village, and there's like a statue where you have to push it, but it's not an object that looks pushable, unlike a lot of objects in the game. It's something that you can push or lift, and you
Uh-huh.
have to
How did you
get
find that
the.
out? Did you go to the? Did you try shit out, or did you just go to the?
Well,
Was
here's
it?
the thing: the game has a clue system. I found it on the internet, but the game actually tells you. You can
Okay.
call a guy, and he just tells you if you don't do one of those things, internet or call the guy in game. There's no way you'd figure that out, because
Okay.
that statue.
The reason why I ask is because like you know how we always say we always been telling people that oh no, modern gaming is like not dead, but it's kind of too easy to start and continue and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah, I get that, but this is the opposite, where you have a game like Skyward Sword that is way too fucking easy, and like tries to help you every 2 seconds. Then you have this game where at the beginning, for example, I have you have to get a hideout, and you use a chain chomp. It's a really weird Zelda game. They make references to all their Nintendo games. So I use a chain chomp to remove an obstacle out of path. But you kind of have to think about it a little. There's a couple of things in the game where I had to think about it, but I felt smart when I eventually found out, because I use logic, and it fades. For
hmm
example, I need to clear a path, and then I decided to go to back to the beach, because an NPC vaguely mentions the beach, and you find the person that you need there. But that's the opposite, where there's moments where you're like, okay, so I eventually got to the chicken, and I had to use a song to resurrect him. But the thing is that there's not a lot of NPCs that there's maybe one NPC that mentions the chicken, one or two, and I don't even think any NPC, maybe one, mentioned the fact that there's a song to resurrect the dead. It's so And the thing is that it's a lot of things are presented to you in the beginning. Actually, they're not really presented to you. That's the issue. They're just there, and then they have something to do with something that happens way fucking late in the game, and sometimes there's things to distract you from that. For example, the final maze, you need to find a way that's specific to each trophy of the game, and you have to go to the library at the very beginning. The library, I thought, there's a book that you need, and you can't reach it. So I think, well, I'm gonna come back later when I got the Pegasus boots, so I can charge into the shelf. It's kind of obvious, but not too much. But then there's another book tucked away in a corner that tells you the solution to the dungeon. But I read all those books pretty quickly, and I just thought, they're just tutorials, like really basic shit, like how to move. So I didn't pay attention to that because it's not lampshaded as being important. It's not a thing where you're like, I don't know what to do with that thing. I'll come back later, or someone mentioning something vaguely. There's just you know there's just things. Actually, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Tunic. Tunic does the same
I didn't
thing,
play it.
but really fucking well. So Tunic doesn't tell you shit. Even the text is written in an alien language. So you have absolutely no direction. But the joy of the game is finding out things on your own. Because the thing is that by interacting with things, you eventually figure out on your own pretty intuitively how they work. You interact with something and then you go, oh, so that's what that does. But there's really something important is that one, you have page manuals that you can find that gives you clues. But secondly, if you don't figure the thing out, you can't even progress.
Okay.
But the thing is that the things that you do find are intuitive enough and the controls are simple enough that just by, you know, walking around, you kind of figure shit out, and eventually you go, oh, it's a game you don't even want to watch a walkthrough because eventually when you figure it out, even if it was hard, you go, oh, yeah, I get it now. So Zelda, Link's Awakening is that, but because it's a Game Boy game, it's really fun to play, a Game Boy Color game, but they didn't have the design down quite perfectly. So it's still really good, but I kind of admit that, at the end, I kind of lost patience. Some bosses, yeah, they have weaknesses, but you just have to use items at random. It's not like any other Zelda game where you use the item of the dungeon, or you look at their design to figure out the weakness. You just have to use every item until you figure it out. And sometimes if you don't use the item in a specific way, it doesn't work. There's an enemy made of lava, and you have to use the fire wand to defeat him. And you're like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, okay, but other than that, it's you kind of lost patience near the end. But it's pretty good. It was fun. It's the kind. I have other stuff to finish like Hi-Fi Rush and No More Heroes, but
You didn't
eventually
finish
I'll
it
play.
yet?
What? No More Heroes?
Hi-Fi Rush.
No, I just told you like 9 times. Like I'm at the very end.
Damn. I'm the last to care about it.
So yeah, it's pretty good. I'd recommend that game. It's really, I'd still rather have a game that sometimes, is a bit too
Difficult.
difficult than a game where, I'm not having fun at all. Everything is too easy. It thinks I'm fucking the R word and everything. It just treats me like a man baby. Game where, okay, it doesn't treat me like a dumb man baby. It's actually vaguely difficult. I had fun. I had fun. It's a really fun game, and I kind of like how bizarre it is compared to regular Zelda games. I really like the story, and it's something you don't get enough of with Nintendo. Nintendo, they
No.
do like really basic Zelda games, and then once in a while they do a weird one, like Breath of the Wild or Majora's Mask, and then they're going to go back to doing like really basic Zelda games again. But you get that special one where you're inside the dream of like a sleeping god, and then eventually when you finish your quest, everyone is going to disappear because they're just a dream, and there's some implications about that, and it's really fun.
Okay.
It's really fun. You know what's not fun? Fucking Wolong Dynasty. But before talking about that, if you have something to talk about, we can do that first.
Um, no, not really. Like I said, just saw some drama. Was about to ask you how was your week, but we're past that
Oh,
now.
while
So yeah,
while that was part of my week, finishing Zelda, um, just playing some more Switch. It's pretty cool. Uh, I really I really took a shit on being portable, but having portability is really cool. I can kind of understand the Steam Deck now. It's really fun.
yeah. I was about to buy myself a Steam Deck, and then I remembered that I didn't give a shit. So yeah.
My problem with the Steam Deck is just the price. Like Jesus fucking Christ.
No, I don't have a problem with the price. The reason is that the price is normal. You think about
Yeah,
it,
well,
it's
it's
the first.
understandable. While portable PC, kind of.
Yeah, we can say it that way, but still, the it's a technically you're right. It's a portable
Handheld
PC.
PC. Yeah, handheld PC.
You're right. It is one. So the
Yeah,
reason
I can.
why,
It's not that I don't understand the price. It's just that Jesus.
true, like I said, understandable. My problem is more like I don't see the usefulness past that part. Like it's not like I'm always live streaming or am I always you know playing video game or something. So, huh?
Um, I can. I'm gonna be honest with you. I also thought this. I'm also thinking more or less the same thing. Where I kind of don't see the use. If you have a PC and you have a Switch, why would I have like a Steam Deck? Because I really do appreciate the ability to just have a handheld device and just sit down and relax. But the thing is that at that point, it's a PC. Unless you're playing a shooter, you can probably just connect a controller and just lie down and have the same result. It's not, it's not. It doesn't have the impact that like a Switch has.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Um.
and the fact that you're playing your PC games at 40 FPS, it's I can see the usefulness of it just because yeah, picking those games I really like and just sitting down on the couch and having them handheld or going to a friend's house. And I saw some reviews of it, like but you can also take it and plug it to the TV and everything. But it's really too specific. It's too specific. Nintendo took basically they took the Game Boy and mixed it with their Super Nintendo and made the Switch basically. But Steam Deck is a bit too specific because I can just you know it's really just okay. Do you want to play those games the Switch doesn't have, the AAA shit, and the big releases, but being able to play portable, it's nice, but it's too specific.
Yeah. Yeah. Two things. One, just verify that is your mic that's connected and not your headphone
No, it's my
because
mic,
you
but
sure?
I know that like wait,
I'm just saying because the sound is a little bit trash.
why
Um,
did it choose? Okay, yeah, it did choose my. Wait, no, that's not that. Wait,
just verify it. While you're verifying this, like I said, I agree mostly with you. It's true. Stream Deck is really specific. I already have like two PC without counting other stuff, so I do have enough for
just wait a
those.
second.
It's okay. You can do your stuff.
No, because I know that.
I'm still listening to what you're saying. It's just that. Yes, now you sound normal. It's just that it was.
Yeah, I turned off the headphones.
Okay, it was getting on my nerve. You can verify if your stuff getting in the what's the name? Sometimes you get on fun mode when you're doing stuff. Like headphone can become in fun mode. Or one thing you can do is that you can block the mic of the headphone, because I think that's why you sounded like that, and it was really
I don't know.
really annoying.
Wait, just give me a second. I might.
I just wanted you to finish your sentence, and I didn't want to like cut you, but it was getting on my nerve.
Oh,
We can work on it later.
okay, how about now? Do I sound better?
Not really. You were better like 2 minutes ago.
And how about now? Do I sound better now?
Uh,
Yes, no?
you sound okay.
No, these things are just trash. Because I have two options for them. Have them like just
It's because
as
you sound like far away, and you had like a quality of sound like if you are talking like outside of a radio, and just like it's just not the best.
No, the headphones are just trash. I'm just removing them because I had two options. I had the option to use them as hands-free, just as headphones or hands-free speakers, and both options are just garbage.
Yeah. Repeat that without the headphone because they sound trash. That being said,
Oh, I said that I had the option to switch between them as headphones or hands-free speaker, and I tried both, and they're still trash.
yeah. Like I
But
said,
what did you expect for some bullshit that I bought for $25?
I'll be frank with you. I don't think there are completely problems. Sometimes it's just like a setting stuff. Like sometimes while you are doing something, the computer will put it like if you are in a meeting. Like those are just some extra information that's not useful. But like they will show it like if you are in a meeting, and for that you had to remove it from like changing the setting that no, you even if you have a headphones in the meeting, blocking the headphone so that the sound doesn't come out of the headphone, because sometimes even if you say you want the sound to come out from somewhere, you have to precise, because the thing is like right now the sound doesn't come from your phone. I think the sound that's the sound was coming from the headphone more than from the mic, and it just was like I said, it was trash. You will have
Yeah,
to
like
play with
most
it
things I
and
own.
record and set stuff up. Like I had some problem like who are similar to those. It's okay. So yeah, there was that. So you played a little bit of what's the name?
Wolong Dynasty. Look, I'm gonna say
Long
one thing. I don't
Dynasty.
know what crack I kind of was. I was saying it was some bullshit Chinese game, but I was confusing it with another game. I thought it was the Monkey King game that was made
Oh
by
yeah, the
Chinese
Sun
studio.
Wukong. Oh, I'm looking forward for that Chinese game.
But no, it's not that. It's actually Japanese. It's made by the same people who made Neo,
Okay.
and it's fucking trash.
Okay. What do you mean?
Where do I start? Okay, first off, it's a modern video game, so it needs to have a really fucking shitty PC release. If you go on Steam, it basically has only negative reviews. Only 30%, 35% of the reviews are positive. It's really fucking bad. It's not good.
It
But
was
mostly for
free.
the performance. So basically, there's two things. There's terrible fucking frame drops. It doesn't matter if you're playing in 180p or if you're playing in 720p, you're going to have frame drops, even if your machine is powerful. And the devs have even mentioned that they're sorry for all the issues. They're looking into it.
Damn!
The game.
The game get corpse stomp on Steam. Wait a 2 second. I'm sorry, I just need to verify some stuff. Okay, good. I'm not connected. Okay, good.
So yeah, the game is weirdly optimized. Usually when you play a game, you have a lot of resolution choices. 1650, 920, 1870, whatever. But this game has only like 3 or 4 resolution options. It's really weird, and it doesn't. There's settings that you can change. You're like, why is that not here? But this is here. They're really, the options that you can change are really weird. And also, if you have a frame drop, which you're going to have often, the game decides that if you can't keep up the frame rate on the minimum that you ask in the menu, like 60, it's then going to just reduce the speed of the game. So now, if you have a frame drop, the speed of the game just lowers and stays there. It's really goddamn awful. And the mouse and keyboard options are completely fucked up. So basically, what they did is that if you have a mouse, the mouse has a dead zone, a bit like a controller. They transferred the controls of the controller on the mouse. So if you don't push your mouse far enough and hard enough, it doesn't register your camera movement. And they have really fucking bad just key bindings. For example, you need to dodge. You'd think it'd be on space or shift or right click or something, but no, the dodge is on like tab.
Damn.
It's really poorly done. And if we're talking about the game itself, it's another Souls. Like, it's not bad. If it wasn't for all those technical issues, I'd say it's a 7 out of 10 game.
Yeah,
My
people
issue...
say the same. Like, the comment that catch my eye really fast was like a good game buried deep beneath the biggest catastrophe of a PC port that I have ever seen. The game was poorly for how it looks, but the biggest issue is the controls.
Yeah,
So,
no, the game
like,
looks like fucking Neo, but
this
for
is what
for
you were
some
saying.
reason, my computer has difficulty running it. While I was playing Atomic Art not too long ago and getting decent performances, that's just fucking weird.
I was about to ask, did you finish Atomic Heart or did you?
Okay, here's what I did
Were
with
you just
Atomic
like
Heart.
done with the game and you were like, okay, fuck it?
Here's what I did. So the game, I've dedicated 5 streams to the game. Each stream, I played at least 2 hours of the game. So, at the end, I played about 10 hours of the game. Uh, yeah, 10 hours or so. And Jesus fucking Christ. After 10 hours, it took me 8 hours just to reach the first boss, and here's what I thought. I'm gonna reach the first boss, I'm gonna defeat the boss, and then I'm going to stop. I did that, but the boss was so hard to beat. Same problem as with Wolong. Wolong, the first boss, the first phase is really cool. You really feel like, okay, I learned the controls, so now I won. But the second phase is terrible because it does that thing that new Souls games do, where the boss transforms into a weird giant bullshit and just does 10-minute combos that come out at the speed of fucking light, and if you get touched twice, you die. Okay, while the boss of Atomic Art is actually well designed, but my issue is that he's playing Doom, but I'm playing Cooking Mama. We're in 2 different fucking games. You can dash only once without upgrading it, and the dash has a cooldown, and you have a really low FOV. So what happens is that the boss is gigantic, but it moves at the fucking speed of sound. So despite the fact that it's really big, half the time I can see where it is, and sometimes it rushes at you and tries to do physical attacks, but I can't do shit because I dash once, but it keeps coming at me and it has tentacle arms, so it has a pretty good reach. It's really fast, and overall, it's just pretty fucking hard to beat. And it took me
Did you not
so many
like
tries.
change the difficulty?
No, I just played on normal, but it's not a matter of difficulty. The issue is that the game is just poorly balanced. There's a lot of bullshit that happens. For example, I was fighting an enemy, and some enemies shoot lasers. The lasers, not only do they come out quick, but sometimes they don't even have to touch you to hurt. For example, they start shooting at the ground, and then they go up, so it gives you a chance to dodge. But the problem is that sometimes if they shoot down, and before they bring their head up, the laser already damaged you. There was one time where I was behind an enemy and it shot the laser forward, but then the laser auto corrected and tried to shoot. Like, you could see the laser just turn and bend so it would hit behind him. The laser is going straight, and they can shoot at an angle, but the thing is that it has to, when just an attack just doesn't follow the animation of a character, and the model just breaks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it has the laser is in its mouth, and it shoots forward or at different angles, but now it's shooting in a way where the enemy is shooting through its own cheekbone. Basically, it's shooting through its own cheek, almost the back of its head, just to hit me. And it's like, this is bullshit. There's a fucking lot of bullshit like that. You can hit enemies. Like I said in my review, I froze an enemy. No, I hit him 6 times with an axe. Then I froze him. Then I put myself behind him, took a shotgun, shot him in the back of the head, and it lived. And then I hit him another 6 or 7 times with the axe, and it finally went down. The enemies are a bunch of bullshit bullet sponges with wonky ass hitboxes, and they're way too fast, way too aggressive, but you're basically playing, Adam Johnson or Sam Fisher. You're clearly supposed to be playing this like it's a immersive sim stealth game, but you don't have stealth mechanics, and you're fighting really fast enemies, but you have limited ammo and somewhat limited resources, and you're just not playing the same game. It's
Okay.
it's
Understand.
like,
It's not. I won't lie. Like I said, I started the game. I didn't finish it, and I didn't continue. Not because it wasn't a good game. It's just that the rhythm of the game wasn't appealing to me. I preferred like not fast paced, but just faster games. But sometimes it doesn't
that's
happen.
fine. That's fine. It's just that I tried to give it a chance, and I told myself, well, it's just the beginning, so I'm gonna keep going, and I kept going, and I kept going. But after 10 hours, if I don't, it got marginally better, but at the same time, it was getting worse. Where you were reaching a point where, okay, at least we're not stuck in this fucking dank ass building anymore. But unfortunately, the game is still not particularly fun, and I just fucking gave up.
Okay. I just learned that Ukraine just how do you say that? Banned the game.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, who gives a fuck about Ukraine?
I don't, but that's me. So we're doing two things at the same time. Oh damn it! No, 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 no!
What's wrong?
No, because I closed one of the video that you put on. Okay, so let's start covering this article because that's a lot of talking, not a lot of article.
Yes.
Not that this is interesting, but yeah. So let's start. We're gonna start with this one. A rumor TV show based on Harry Potter spinning off game Hogwarts Legacy in development at HBO. You know what that means? More money for J.K. Rowling because she's got the money of this IP.
As per usual.
Yeah. I just find it funny because the thing's like, I won't lie, I'm sure that if, and that's if, people would just shut the fuck up, nobody would have cared.
Yeah. Well, it's like Atomic Heart. Like, the game was really not that good. If you had just shut the fuck up, people would not have, got any sort of interest towards the game. It would have failed on its own merit.
I will be frank, I think that people would have bought it anyway. Like, the reviews are pretty positive for a game.
It's not the worst thing I've played, but, I think I can do a lot better.
Be careful what you're saying.
What do you mean?
But
Are you talking about Harry Potter or Atomic Heart?
Atomic Heart. I
could be playing better.
don't think that I can create a video game that's better than that. And I didn't try. Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't say I could create a game better than that. I said I could play better than that.
Then Atomic Heart? Yeah. I don't think that you cannot.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that kind of thing. Yeah, I know, like, creating a game is hard. And being able to judge a game doesn't mean, here's the thing. You don't have to be a game designer to judge a game, but that doesn't mean you can necessarily have the ability to create one. It still takes a lot of effort to do, what they did. And, there's a lot of game that the game, especially in my review, I'm pretty harsh with it, but it's a perfectly functional video game. And, it's playable. It's just that, I kind of had to force myself a bit to play through it. It wasn't the like I said, the thing is that it wasn't bad. It was just really average.
Yeah, because I was listening to people who finished the game. Damn it, I don't want to go back to Atomic Heart. But yeah, I listened to people who played Atomic Heart through and through. And they say almost the same thing as you. Like, good idea, good game, but the execution is like,
It's so.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the cringe dialogue in English. That being said, let's go back to the stuff. So yeah, Hogwarts Legacy will have a spin-off, and it will have another game. And this time, I hope they will have Quidditch because I wanted to play Quidditch more. Like I said, the game is good, but how do you call it? The game has some artificial barrier that are just kind of stupid. Like the fact that sometimes you cannot do a mission if you don't have money. Like, it's kind of stupid. Like, I will go more in depth when I will give the review, if I can do it one day. Because playing this game is kind of difficult with the fucking the time that I have. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Hogwarts Legacy 2 and to the rest. Like, if you have time and money, you can play Hogwarts Legacy 2. But I don't think that's your type of game because you hate everything that's
It's
open
not
world.
my type of game. It looks like my type of game, but how long is it? Because I have the impression that there might be a lot of like redundant
40 hours. Atomic Heart was like 25 if I'm correct.
Did you say 40 hours?
Atomic Heart is 25. Hogwarts Legacy 40 hours.
Okay, so it's not that Hogwarts is not my. Honestly, all games are pretty much my type of game. There's not a lot of games I'm not playing.
Jiminy Crockthroat.
The only like you said, Jiminy Cockthroat. It's Hogwarts Legacy. It's just that it's fun. It looks like a really fun game.
It doesn't look.
I only played like 15 minutes of it.
I will correct you there. It doesn't look fun. It is fun to play.
Yeah, it's fun.
It doesn't look fun to play for real. Like if I was looking, I was looking people who are playing the game because I wanted to know where I'm at approximately, and I was like, no. Like if I just watch people play this game, I will not buy. I wouldn't have bought the game.
it's really the Jiminy Cockroach design where the game. Well, to me, it looked. I was interested when I saw it, but I have this distinct impression that the game is actually just 15 to 20 hours, but there's a lot of side quests that are not necessarily all interesting, or you know you might have like 5 versions of that side quest, but maybe if the side quest was you only had 3 missions in it instead of 5, it'd be better.
No, it's more like the way that I see it, because I'm like at, I think, 15 hours in, something like that, 15. Um, it's more like you have like the main quest and you have the side quest, but the side quests aren't mandatory, so you can go it without it. And the game is like 40, 30, I would say 30 to 40 hours the main story. If you do more side quests, it's going to 40 to 45, 60 hours.
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of that. I'm just kind of allergic to games going to. I'm still pretty sure that game doesn't need to be like 30 hours. It could be just 20. Um,
You right in a sense, because like I said, um, if the start was pretty long, like it took like 2 hours to start the game, and then you're still in a kind of tutorial.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's just it's the same reason why I had fun with Ghost of Tsushima, but I didn't finish Ghost of Tsushima because Jiminy Cockroach design. Where yeah, I'm sure if I don't do the side quest and just focus on the main mission, I could finish it in 20 to 30 hours. But did it need to be 20 30 to 30 hours in the first place? Most games, I'm playing them and I'm just kind of, I'm just gonna, I'm just tired of this. It's just long for no reason. I, I also started playing on the side Astral Chain, and Astral Chain is supposed to be, 30 hours, but I'm not thinking about it because everything you're doing is kind of fresh and it's really fun. After 5 hours, I'm not seeing the time going by. While in a lot of these games, after 5 to 10 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is just padding. While in Astral Chain, like, okay, story is actually happening. You actually have progression, new mechanics. I'm actually, wow, I have a difficulty curve. I have to learn how to do shit. While in a lot of other games, it's just like, oh man, this side mission and have that side mission.
Okay.
Like God of War. God of War is just, Jiminy Cocktail design.
Like I understand, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't. It's a good game. I will recommend it. I don't think that it's so much of a padding. It's just that some part of the story is long. Like I said, it took like 2 hours to start the game, but that's because there were a lot of cinematics and everything, and
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with that too. You don't.
you can
You
skip
don't.
them. I don't know.
RPGs. I think the only games that should take 2 hours to start are like RPGs, like a JRPG or a CRPG. There's no reason if you're just regular release, you're taking more than 20 to 30 minutes. Like, the people forgot the art of actually starting your game in a reasonable time frame.
But this is like, it's not like 2 hour of a, how can I say it? Like, I guess you saw the video about this game, because the
No,
way
not
that
really.
you don't, okay, it's not all cutscene. It's just that it takes some time to start
No, no, no.
quest.
I get
That's
that.
it.
I
That's
understand
it.
that, but that's my issue. It's not that these games are necessarily cutscenes. It's just that okay, it's been 2 hours, but what the fuck am I actually doing? Oh, you have a puzzle. Maybe you have one fight, but then you have cutscenes and then a lot of walking segments, a lot of just talking and doing nothing. I kind of miss the sixth generation of games where they could have in the first 5 minutes you're not doing necessarily a lot. It takes 15, 20 minutes to actually really start the adventure. But it's still short enough that, okay, I'm playing a video game, this is interactive, and it's not taking too much time. But now we went fucking overboard. It's like kind of weird replaying old games because sometimes you just here's an intro. It lasts like a minute. Okay, you're playing now. Okay, that
Yeah.
was fast.
I won't
Like
lie, it's true, but like I give him the chance, and I don't regret it. All that to say that HBO will have a TV series about Hogwarts Legacy, and it's just making me laugh because, like those people were like harassing some VTuber on Twitter, and they get demolished everywhere else.
didn't that VTuber quit or something like that?
Something like that, but yeah. Sad story, but still funny. Let's go to the next one. So, something funny that I find. Cocaine Bear getting competition from a meth addicted alligator. It's coming up new film by Sharknado producer. It's just funny because, like, I think that it's a pretty good cutoff, like all those what how can we tell or how can we say that, with all those superhero movies that are kind of annoying nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we getting like some drug addicted animals, I guess. I just find funny.
Meth addict alligator.
The that's the sound of something that I can see you create.
Kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, I find it funny. Didn't know.
In real life, the bear died in like 5 minutes.
I know. But for those 5 minutes, it was the strongest being on Earth.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next one. So, Karen Gillan responded to the critic of Nebula appearance on Guardian of the Galaxy. Who cares? Turtle poster failed to address the actual issue. Like people, I hate those actors. Nowadays, they're kind of dumbass. Like, isn't that clear what they're saying? I just want to know what she said. I will just skip by to go what she's saying.
Yeah, no, trying to protect their. Actors doing promotion for a movie, that's one thing, but this new trend of actors trying to, justify that, why their games are fucking. Their games, their movies are just being fucking stupid.
Oh, I just keep thinking that it's dumb stuff. Because she look like, think about it. She used to look badass, terrifying, and cool. Now she looks like cheap, and cheap. And manly. And cheap. I don't know. I hate those actors anyways. What's this? Oh yeah. So, okay, I wanted to bring it up because I don't know if you saw it. Sorry, I was like blacking out. Damn, maybe I didn't eat
Because of
enough.
cocaine.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, too much. So, The Last of Us director admit they trick audience to push SJW something storyline. And this one too, The Last of Us actress Tommy blah, blah, something say if you don't like it, don't watch it. So
Okay,
I
I'm
guess.
not gonna watch it. I was already not watching it.
But you know what I find funny is that everyone, and I say everyone, drop it after the third episode.
Yep. And everyone was saying, "No, it's going to be fine. No, it's fine. It's good." No. They're just waiting. And then third episode happened, and then they went full gay. And then, oh, you're not watching anymore. What's wrong? I thought it was fine.
Yep. And I find it just so funny because like nobody was talking about it no more. Nobody was doing like a review each episode that I follow. I want to be precise because some people are dumbasses. And I just find it funny. And after that, they're like, "Oh yeah, so how do you like it?" Like nobody cares. But when you change the subject, I'm done. Like I was watching Fee, but I don't because the new one is not that good. Not
Watching
that
what?
Fee FEE.
Don't
The,
know. I don't know
the
what
the
that
one
is.
that the guy that made video about the economic state of some video game, of
Oh yeah,
some
that.
movie or some manga. They still exist, but now they're focusing on short. And they were covering The Last of Us, but I think it's a dumb thing to cover too. Kind of sad. But hey, like they were justifying the fact that they're promoting communism, fascism, and other dumb stuff. Because The Last of Us, why not?
Yes, communism totally works when the world doesn't exist anymore. Well, with communism, you're gonna make sure that the world will not exist eventually.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's completely true. Um, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So The Last of Us is done. So yeah, because I know that you want to cover it. So I did find the best article for this. It's like 2 seconds long, but the reference is the best. Um, Fan obsessed with Nintendo blonde bombshell Samus Aran.
Yeah, it's
I
coming to Nintendo Switch Online. So it's not the best service, but it's not the worst. Sony has the worst service. And uh oh yeah, I was watching a Razor Fist last night, and he said pretty much the same thing. The PlayStation Now, what was it? PlayStation Now is just fucking garbage, but like no one's covering it because they all got paid off. But it's super fucking trash. Like that's such a dumb
PlayStation
fucking.
what? PlayStation Now was demolished like 3 years ago. Nobody cares.
That's the thing. Nobody cares. So now they have the Game Boy Advance games
Mm-hmm.
as part of the expansion pack,
Oh,
and
okay.
at least they're releasing for it. I just kind of wish that they're not gonna do like with the other games and just release. I like for them to release at least 2 or 3 games at least one game a month, 2 or 3 games a month.
No,
But
they
Midway
won't.
Fusion is a pretty good title for the Game Boy Advance. Actually, I'd have to check how many games they have for the Game Boy.
Good question. I have no idea though. Let me say, I'm looking forward for that. Um, I'm thinking about paying it for to get the Nintendo Pass, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm kind of like all over the place today. Um,
Oh, that's fine.
happened to everyone. So I wanted to cover this one too. Square Enix, President Yasuda Matsuda stepping down. You know what I mean? Shit are
More
about
bullshit.
to change because it's, it doesn't happen often that people step down, but when they do in Japan, that means that
You
someone
fucked up.
fucked up real hard, like real hard. And like you can see, Forspoken was a big failure because Luminous production was bring back into Square Enix, right? And the same that happened with Tensro, and those were two big failures this year. And we don't even know how much they invested in it. So I'm looking forward to see what will happen, what will go on, because damn, that's a lot of failure, like this year, I guess. Yeah, and that's it. Nothing else to add on. Hello?
Yeah. No, I got nothing to add.
Like, I feel like you're reading some article alone.
No, I'm
So,
not reading an article. I'm just something really important that I had to do.
okay. All good. Personal stuff is personal stuff. That being said, let's go to the last one. Akiba Strip. And that I'm interested. I will buy it on Switch, but I will wait a
But
little bit because there's a version with PlayStation, and we all know that PlayStation loves to censor. I don't think that interests you. You don't look like you like Akiba Strip.
why do you just assume that I don't like it?
Because I'm an asshole.
I like pretty much everything. There's not a lot of games I don't like.
Because I'm an asshole.
You are. Let me check some Akiba Strip footage. Akiba Strip.
Okay, and we have one long Fallen Dynasty review. Oh yeah, that's the part where you were talking about Wulong the game.
Wait, is Akiba Strip a rhythm game or?
No, it's a fighting game where each time you undress the character.
Oh, well, it makes sense because that part of Japan is really big on fashion.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing that could happen to you. Oh no, they stole my swag, not my drip.
You see that? Okay. Let's go to the off topic.
Oh no, I'm Super Saiyan Gogeta with Super Saiyan Blue drip.
Wow, you bring it with the. I will just remove all this because I know that some people can have it, but not others.
Have what?
Some thumbnails.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't know how you send it, but you send it with the timestamp, and that bring me at where you were at. So yeah, you wanted to talk about the catastrophic comeback sport career of CM Punk, and I don't know why.
No, that's not that. It's not that video.
It's a video that
Maybe
you
I sent
sent
the
me.
wrong one. No, it was the last one about
Off topic, the catastrophic stuff of CM Punk.
Yeah, but it's not that one. It's not that one. It's the latest one, the one on Jake Paul. But whatever, it doesn't matter.
Ah, okay,
Um,
sorry. It's just that one maybe I changed it, my bad. Okay. All my homies hate Jake Paul.
yeah, it's
A
that
brief
one.
history, yeah.
Okay, so here's my issue.
Yeah.
It happened to me often in the past year, especially in the last couple of weeks. There's a lot of content creator that I really like. They make some fucking good videos, really well researched, a lot of detail. And then they have to open their goddamn mouth to, you know, discourse their really dumb opinions about things they don't actually know.
Like
And that's
economy.
when you realize two things. Most people have been brainwashed by feminism, and two, most people are economically illiterate. Um, I'm gonna go off with the smaller thing. Can we just stop with the fucking virtue signaling? It's like taking a cold shower. I hate when a video is going fine, and then you have to virtue signal about how, you made fun in the video. He talks about freak show fights and the origin of really weird fights like with Jake Paul, and he makes fun of people like Bob Sapp and Hongman Choi. But when he goes to Gabby Garcia, he tries to, oh, you shouldn't make fun of her appearance. I said it was a freak show fight, but only because the fight itself was weird, not the fact that she's, giant and looks like a man. But you made fun of Hongman Choi, who suffers from like gigantism, but you didn't apologize for that. But when it's a woman, you do. But what really irks me recently, oh Jesus fucking Christ, everyone talking about fighter pay. The only thing I kind of agreed about fighter pay in the UFC was that it's kind of dumb that guys used to have all the sponsors that they could get, but now everyone is stuck with Reebok. So maybe you did, I don't know, 50,000 to show up, 50,000 to win, and then you had a lot of sponsors on top of that. Now you only have the money from that one Reebok sponsor. So everyone now there's a better medium income in the UFC, but you're not making as much as the top as you are making in, let's say, something like boxing. But the guy at the lowest end is not making as little as in boxing. So the minimal salary now is closer to like 10,000. 10,000 to show up, 10,000 to win, which is not bad if you're a guy who's like 2 or 3 fights into your career, which
But
is better than
Nero,
boxing and they're like
but Nero,
$800. What?
they don't make enough to sustain their living.
Oh my fucking god. Honestly, even with your team that you have to pay in the taxes, if 20,000 is not enough, if 100,000 is not enough, I don't know what you're fucking doing with your life. And
But
it's
do they make a
it's
livable wage?
it's just this fucking dumb idea that everyone has to be paid and make money. No, because there's some guys in the UFC who are fucking atrocious, and after 3 fights they get cut. And why should they? He mentioned something Jake said, and he agreed with it. Oh, they shouldn't be making like what he's implying that they should be making at a minimum of 50,000. But it's like what? Like even
That's
okay, even
like a yearly salary for like most
number. I
people.
don't want to make a straw man. Not everyone deserves to be well paid because some people they refuse fights, they get injured a lot. They just don't have a lot of good performances. They're not reliable. So why would I pay
Are you
someone?
saying that not everyone is equal?
Yeah, not everyone is fucking equal. So this idea that someone is working, he should be getting better paid. It's that same fucking mentality that people have with like Starbucks barista when they're saying, "Oh yeah, but everyone should be getting like $15 or $20 the hour."
Technically,
You're working a
they're not
minimum
talking
wage
about.
job.
I will just
What?
correct you that there because they're not talking about Starbucks barista because the Starbucks barista make more money than the main fast food
Oh, the
worker.
the Starbucks barista. Usually what they're saying is, oh well, the barista should own as much of the company as the CEO. That's usually the thing I hear about Starbucks.
Because
Where
Starbucks already give equity to this employee. Like each year they get an extra equity in the company, like shares or that they can sell at the end of the year or something. So
yeah, it's like you're just pouring the fucking coffee. Of course, you're not getting as much as the CEO. You shouldn't have an equal share of something just because you participate in it. This idea that you don't those people just don't understand economics, but they don't understand work, nature, and just hierarchies. Some people don't do a job that's as important or as difficult. So even if we all participate into something, of course you're not making as much. You're not doing as much. It's just dumb, and I'm just tired of hearing people talk about value to pay. You know what's more ridiculous?
what?
When I just went, no, fuck this value to pay bullshit. It's when he pulled out an article about Jose Aldo saying how sometimes we don't make enough. Sometimes we basically have to pay to keep doing this job. Two things. First off, you're welcome to go do something else. Secondly,
He's like, don't like it, don't watch it. Peace.
yeah. Secondly, Jose Aldo has a base salary of 400,000. I checked last no 2021 he made 800,000, and 2022 he made a little over 400,000, like 432, something like that. So you're telling me, like, what the fuck are you doing with your money? If 400,000 a year, some people live on like 30 to 40K. Even with all the expenses, the travel, the coaches, the nutritionist, the fuck are you doing if 400,000 in the year is not enough? Like,
True.
oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, that's insane. Divide that by 12. That would mean it would be the equivalent of making $33,000 a month. Like what?
I understand that part. I guess the part that I hate when they do that, and I know that it's not the only one. It's like the um comic Styrian, who I forget the name. He was doing something similar where he was like defending some stuff, and he was using data but incorrectly, and he didn't put the link in because he knew what he was saying was a lie. And the part that I hate is when they go out of the way to do it disingenuously. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, no, I kind of get it, but you were talking about something earlier, when you were saying, we were talking about classic D-Man, and it seems that when people start, they shut up. But then when they get popular, it's when they have to use their platform to push their goddamn message. And same thing with the fighters. Oh, you weren't saying shit when you were making, 40,000 with, 40 or 50,000 with bonuses for each fight. But now it's always the same thing. It's always when, okay, now you're in the top 15 of the division, you're making at least, 100K, and now you're talking about fighter pay and everything like that. You're making 100K and more. What the fuck are you talking about not being paid enough? The guys who are at the bottom and are not getting paid, well, niggas, there's niggas in the UFC who are like four and they're 4-2, 4 losses, 2 wins. Of course, they're not getting paid 100 fucking K, and there's just this lack of. You know what other bullshit he said? He said, "Yo, we should be doing like Risen, where each fighter, even the guys on like the undercard, should all a great entrance with pyrotechnics and all that jazz. It'd be so amazing.
What?
When the guys come in
No,
and
no,
they
no, no,
have
no. I understand. It's just that that's
yeah
the dumbest shit ever. Do you know how expensive it is?
yeah. There's a reason they keep it for a couple of guys because
Who
they're
the
the
fuck
most
will pay
important.
for
And
it?
yeah, they're the guys you're gonna put the seats in the butt. That's gonna make the money necessary to do that very thing in the first place. Why should you get a grandstanding ovation and opening when you're a guy I never heard of and it's your third fight in the fucking UFC? There's a reason. There's a reason why we're not really talking about Risen. Probably because they're wasting their money into dumb shit like that. You know, while the
Yeah.
UFC understands that okay, we're gonna have the big opening, but maybe only for like the last 2 fights on the card because they're fighting for belts.
The part I'm just that. By the way,
Yeah.
Cody the fight of Cody
Oh, it's starting?
Grant Brett was cancelled.
Oh god fucking damn it.
Yep.
No, it's the third fucking time.
Oh wait. No, the first one was cancelled. Now he's gonna fight Tervin
Okay, no,
Jones.
yeah, he's supposed to fight Trevin Jones. He made the fucking weight last night. I saw the.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm
Okay,
late to the.
yeah.
I'm late to the stuff.
Okay.
There's the early prelim that I didn't see because nobody cares.
Well, early prelims. Wait, I think there was like one fight I wanted. Was there?
Which one?
Then Hooker was supposed to fight but got cancelled. Okay, so never mind. There was nothing I wanted to see.
Yeah, he was cancelled.
Okay. It's sad for Cody Garbrandt. You used to be a champion. Now you're like the headliner of the prelim card.
At least he's a headliner somewhere.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
He went from being called No Love, now he's No Chin. Yo, they even changed it on Wikipedia. It's called No Chin.
Oh damn it, that's mean.
Well, that's savage.
So yeah, okay. I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
So, want to promote your fucking
It is stream.
Twitch?
Yeah, so I stream on Twitch on streaming after dark. Most of the time it's not even dark when I start playing, and I guess my audience I play a little bit of everything, but right now I notice that my audience really likes when I'm playing Deadverse and Shadow Warrior. Deadverse is the thing that gets me the views most
That
consistently.
verse is gonna
Even
die, my guy.
yeah, I know. Like I played Wo Long and I got no fucking views. Atomic, well, it does also doesn't help that I play recently. The popular games I played were poorly received, so it doesn't help.
Yeah, but that's not the. You have to clip it and put it on YouTube if you want to. Anyway, who cares? So, streaming after dark. When do you stream?
Usually, these days I stream a lot. Exceptionally Saturday and Sunday. Like today and tomorrow I'm not going to be streaming, but usually I stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Sometimes even more. Sometimes I'll stream on Wednesday too. I usually stream 4 or 5 times a week. I think this week I streamed. I was streaming 5 times. I stream five times, and usually I start around anywhere from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay, cool.
Standard Eastern time. So if you want to tune in. I talk about the same shit, and I usually complain about the stuff that will get me canceled or that nobody cares about. If you want to hear me review for the fifth time the Xbox Series X controller, then tune in.
Sounds great. On that
Oh, it's a
note,
really good.
um, we have a rumble, I guess. I think I'm not sure,
Rumble in the Jungle.
and that's what's it. We're working on a what's the name on a Discord server for all us. So the 2.5 people that watch us,
Yes.
and that's it. So on that note, I hope that you like the stream. Don't forget, be a little bit evil and stay passionate. See you next time.